Okuta is the movie I'm reviewing today, and this movie is on Nosa Rex Family TV. A recap of this movie talks about a notorious man who faked himself to become a EFCC officer in a community, and he now fell in love with this young lady in this community, and there came an officer who is also in love with the same woman. So an officer who disguised himself as a businessman. So this fake police or EFCC officer had to fake another lady's death in his car and pretended that the fake officer actually killed this lady. So how did that truth came out? The fight between the actual officer and the fake EFCC officer fighting over this young girl had to fake another woman's death for the real officer to be caught, only for them to find out that this guy is a notorious armed robber, scammer, not an EFCC officer that he claimed to be. So this movie is quite interesting. That is what this movie is about. It's on Nosa Rex Farm TV. What I like about this movie, I actually love and enjoy this storyline. This is one of the best movie I've watched in a while. Yes, on YouTube actually. And this is really nice. If you haven't watched it, guys, I entreat you to go and watch this movie. The storyline is entertaining. They had a plot twist in there. Trust me, maybe I'm not giving you a recap very well because I want you guys to go and watch it. It's really interesting. They had a plot twist. You won't see it coming. I never saw it coming. I didn't imagine that, yes, this is what this movie is going to go. And that was so interesting. They had me on the verge of my seat. I enjoyed the storyline so much. Another thing I like about this movie, let's talk cast, acting and directing. For cast, I'll talk about Mike Godson. Oh, I enjoyed him in this movie. This guy was acting like a man, like an authoritative man, a man in command. He wasn't even showing himself as a real police officer, but he was so confident in his role and his acting. I was like, yeah, to be frank with you, when I see Mike in movie, I see him as somebody who is really laid back, who is not in control. But in this movie, the guy was a man. Found out really sexy. That was really nice. Just controlled and hold his character together. Even when he was, really in love, he wasn't really showing how vulnerable he was just because he was in love. He knew his mission. He knew why he came into the community, and he was spot on doing that while still pursuing the love of his life. So everything just hold together very well, and I enjoyed him he was the character I was really enjoying in this movie. Another character I enjoy in this movie was Nosa Rex bodyguard, or the right hand command. That guy was really interesting as well. Even though he was supporting cast, I enjoyed him. You could feel his presence even in the shadow of Nosa. You could feel his presence, and that was something that I love so much in this movie. So pretty much those are the two characters I enjoyed and I like in this movie. Another thing I like about this movie is costume. I'm just going to concentrate on Mike Godson's costume and a little bit of the other guys who dress as EFCC officers. So costume wise, Mike look really good. The officer's uniform looks so fitting and looked like he was actually an officer. And even when he wasn't an officer, his outfits look really clean, really bossy, really controlling, and they didn't look cheap. Neither did they look overly expensive. He just looked very good in this movie. Then we talk about the EFCC officers. The black uniform looked very good on them as well, with their fake gun or whatever they were holding. They look like officers in Nigeria that we have been seeing online or seeing in real life. So those were really good costume they put together for these guys in this movie. So yeah, those are the things I like about this movie. What I don't like about this movie, I will start with the acting and directing. Of course, I'm going to concentrate on, Nosa. He was one of the main characters. I expected more, or I expected that he would have given this leading character to someone else. Nosa is someone who is known to be a comedian. Even when he is very serious, he appears to be a joke. Now, on top of that, his acting in this movie was really coming across as a joke again, especially the scene where he was dancing for that lady at the supposed, salon, or outside salon that they had in this movie. That scene was so cringy to watch. I was so disappointed in that. That scene shouldn't have happened. That scene should have been cut off. I don't know why they added it to this movie. The movie was a serious crime scene where they were trying to find the, person behind the crimes in the community. So that scene alone really spoiled everything. If not for the plot twist at the end of it, I was like, what the hell is going on? And no sense constant chasing of the girl, the interaction, the line delivery was just so off. The pidgin speaking plus mixture of it, everything was just not coming across as natural. It was just like a joke. Even though he seems very serious in the acting, it was not really natural. You won't feel him in his acting. If you watch this movie, you see what I'm saying, and that was something I really did not like at all. Then talking about acting, Churchill's wife, Abi, what's her name? Oh, this is not the character that should have played this movie. Her acting, I don't even know where to start. Her acting was just rubbish, guys. Nothing was just coming off as acting. You are torn between two men. You love one, the other one you see the person as a friend, and the one you are in love with, you are not passionate, you are not doing things to make it clear to the fake officer that I don't like you. I mean, that's to the fake EFCC that you don't like. Her acting was boring. Nothing will guy. This was a very good storyline, and it deserved a lot of good characters. It deserved people who could carry this movie. And maybe you wonder why it's not doing numbers, because the cast you use is not it. Even though Nosa himself, like I said, he should have been a supporting cast. Use someone else, maybe a well-known face, or not only a well-known face, but somebody who had that courage to carry that particular role. And it wasn't Nosa. It was just this movie, the storyline is good, the cast is just rubbish. Another thing I don't like about this movie is location, which of course brings me to the police station. The station they use, or a house they try to convert as a police station or a police headquarters. They just plastered the Nigerian police logo in there with president's picture in the room. They have their seat and table, and that's it. The office is set. That was bad. Even the chief officer's office, rubbish. Nothing was looking like a police station. Then Nosa's office, total rubbish. When they arrested Mike and the girlfriend, we didn't see them in the cell. We didn't see any interaction at the police office, counter. Nothing like that was going on. So, and this movie was concentrating on crime. So they should have a very good setup location for a police station. They should have concentrated on police station, and a good location for the girl's house, a good location for the girl's salon. They had no salon. It was like a roadside umbrella, 2 or 3 ladies there, and they called it a salon. She was an apprentice. They should have given us a proper salon. Everything was just rubbish, as if they had no budget for this movie. The only person holding this movie together is my Godson, and I really appreciate him for that. So yes, location was total rubbish. for this movie. Another thing I don't like about this movie is that it's super long, which I wouldn't have mind if they had a right cast for it, because the storyline is very good. But having this cast and doing total rubbish for a good story and it's long is so annoying. So yes, it's super long. Then brings me to the size. Frame size was another disappointment for me, and I'm like, oh man, what the hell is going on here? So that was really annoying. Then cinematography is a hit and miss for me. Some of the scenes were good, some were not. So it depends on how you look at it if you watch this movie. Finally, I want to talk about costume. I'm talking about the lady who acted the love interest for the two men. Is she from a poor background or not? My question or my chat, is she rich or poor? Which one is she? Her outfit or costume for this movie was a little bit confusing for me. At some scenes she looks so put together, really good. Some scenes she looks like somebody who is a pauper and had nobody to cater or give her anything to eat. Like, which one is it, guys? Man, again, this movie would have been a top-notch production or one of the best movies to come out this year, if not for these things that I do not like that I have already mentioned. That was just a big letdown for me. Okuta, I'm going to give you a 5/10. I just want to break even. Nosa Rex, please try and do proper cast for your movie. You wonder why you're not getting the views that you are supposed to. I know your channel, you concentrate on comedy. If you are producing a movie, make sure you have the right cast. You're not supposed to be the lead character all the time. But anywho, do what is best for you. This was a good story. I really enjoyed it. The cast was just the wrong cast and acting was just poorly done. Thank you guys so much for watching this movie review. I'll see you all in the next movie review.